guys, so in this video I'll be going over some of the extremely effective ways for you to get currency. As we all know, it may be pretty time consuming to get chaos in this game, right? But I've found some really fast ways to get it. So okay, I do want to go over one thing that I know people may be doing wrong. Listen, you need to always pick up all the currency from the ground. This includes orb of augmentations, transmutations, chances, and so on and so on. Now, I know this may be surprising to a lot of people, or maybe like a normal thing that you do, but a lot of the loot filters that you use in the game actually hide those currencies. I strongly recommend make sure that the filter that you're using does not hide the orb of chances and the augmentations, because you can still sell them later to the players for a chaos if you want. And it only takes you, what, less than a second to pick it up, right? And then you can just put it in your stash, let it sit there, and later on sell it. Okay, guys, so I want to start by mentioning some of the maps that I think are really worthy of running and will result in really good profit. Now, do remember that whenever you run a map, you will not always get, a really good result. So for that reason, you need to take one of these maps and run them like maybe about 10 times or something. That's what I recommend. And you will start seeing really good results. Okay, so let's go ahead and take those maps step by step. So estuary map. I picked this one into the list because of one of the divination cards, which is called the heterochromia. It's really hard to pronounce that, by the way. Okay, so yes, it's really hard to get this card, but there is a potentially really big outcome out of this one. And it's also a really good map because it's pretty straightforward. It's a linear map and the runs tend to be pretty fast. Next one is the Abyss. The Abyss can drop the King's Heart. And also, the Abyss as a map is actually worth selling alone because it's 3 chaos per piece. And you may actually consider just selling this map to the players, because selling a map is actually a really good way of earning profit. And I will come back to the selling map part later on. But for now, just this is one of the maps that I recommend you guys to keep an eye on. Another one is Volcano. Volcano, again, the same applies to the Volcano as it does for the Abyss. It drops King's Heart. Which is one card is worth something like 55 chaos. Now you're not gonna 100% get it, but from my own experience, I've already looted 4 or 5 of them, so definitely worth for profit. Plateau. Now Plateau can drop the Spark and the Flame. Again, this is really hard to get this card, but if you do get it, I mean the card is worth a lot. So yeah. The Vault. Well, we all know the Vault. At least most of us. I want to say Vault is one of these maps that it's definitely worth running, but also worth selling for some really good profit. So keep in mind, I would, if I was you guys, if you have a Vault map, just run it, because the potential outcome from this map is tremendously huge. Because it can drop the what's it called? The Hoarder and the Abandoned World. Those are both can give you Exalt orbs by the end of the day, so obviously worth running. And the Shrine map, this may be a little bit weird. I still put this in the list. It can drop the Fiend. Now, one Fiend is worth like 6 Exalts, I believe. So the potential profit from this map is insanely high, but getting that card is merely impossible. So I wouldn't put your hopes up. But still, the potential, since the potential outcome is so high, I had to put this in the list. Okay, so now I went over which I think are some of the best maps, honestly. Now, why did I only... Now, you may actually notice that most of these maps are tier 12 and 14 in the list, right? Now, I picked tier 12 and 14 for a reason. And here's the next reason why I picked those. So let's get to the Orb of Horizon. Now, what the Orb of Horizon does is lets you reroll the same map. Or sorry, it lets you reroll the map into a different map of the same tier. This does not include the unique maps. So it only rolls it into the same tier. Why do I want to mention this? So here's the thing. We now have 3 tier 12 maps here, right? And I picked tier 12 maps that are not the same as we have here. Okay? So I'm gonna show you guys a method that you can do to earn really fast profit. Okay? Now keep in mind, if we get a world map from a set of these maps, then the world map should go for the selling. You shouldn't run it. If you want to earn quick profit, you can run it. It's up to you. But if you want quick profit, I would just go ahead and sell the world, because the one world map is worth roughly around 4K. Alright, so let's go ahead and I will show you guys. So we're gonna start. If we roll into any number of these maps here, we will keep the map either for running or for selling purposes. So we got an estuary, right? We don't want to sell this because we know the potential outcome from estuary is really high, right? So we keep that. The same applies for the plateau. See, we already got 2 of them, right? And there you go. So this vault right here, this is already 4Ks, guys. Okay? This right here is 4Ks. Another 4Ks. Look at that. Money has already been made. So this is a really good example of how to make profit real fast, right? So there you go. You can do this the same way with tier 14 maps, or you can do it the same way. If you find a set of tier 13 maps, then you can do the same. But this is what I found to be really profitable myself, okay? See, quick and easy, nothing hard in it. All right, so let's head to the next one. The next one are the Harbinger orbs, okay? Now, each of these Harbinger orbs is worth 5Ks. Actually, 4. You can get those for 4Ks per piece, which is the lowest you can get. But I would say they go for roughly around 5. Okay, so what it does, it reforges a map item as another of a higher tier. Now, the way to earn profit with this is when you get a beachhead map, which is tier 15, one beachhead is worth roughly around 25Ks or maybe even more. Okay? And to my experience, with 5 Harbinger orbs, you can get 2 or 3 beachhead maps. And this is not a joke, guys. You can. But I'm gonna show you a very neat way to basically not lose any money from the Harbinger orbs at all. Okay? So the thing you want to do is use tier 14 maps. Okay? Why tier 14 maps? Because most tier 15 maps sell for 3 chaos per piece. So even if you don't get the beachhead map, you can still get your chaos back per Harbinger orb, basically. So we're gonna try this. I don't guarantee you guys that this will work right now, but what I've had from my experience is that you do get 2 or 3 with 5. This is what's been going on with me recently, and maybe I'm just that lucky, or the chances are pretty high, right? Alright, so let's go ahead. I'm gonna bring you guys a good example as well. So let's go. 1, 2. So that's one beachhead. That's 25Ks right there, right? And yeah, alright. So even with that only one that we got so far, last time I did with 5, I got 3 of those beachheads. And that's, how much chaos is that? 75, right? So yeah, I'm sorry that we didn't get it right now, but just take my word. I got 3 of those the other day, okay? And with those 3 maps here, you can just sell them. And you'll get what? 3 times 4? You'll get 12 chaos for those, right? So we are still looking at profit right there. Even with just getting 1 beachhead, it's still profit. Okay, so yeah, do remember that make sure to use tier 14 maps if you're doing it with the Harbinger orbs. That way you guarantee yourself to get 3 chaos back per map. So even if you end up for some reason being really unlucky, then at least you get a better return than you would if you do it with the other tier maps, right? So just remember that. Also, another great way to make profit, and something that I actually showed in my other video as well, is by crafting jewels. Now, I'm not gonna go over like the details on how to do it. I will leave the video's link down below in the description so you can look at it yourself. I also brought up some of the more expensive attributes that you should be looking on a jewels as well. So I did all that in the other video. I'll make sure to have it at the end of my video as well. All right, I really want to try to wrap things up here now. I also have a video to show you guys. I'm gonna show guys like a vault map. I thought it would be nice to show some footage of like an actual map as well. And yeah, I want to thank you again all for watching, and I really hope some of this is helpful for you guys and you can start earning, you know, profit faster. And yeah, hope you also enjoyed the last footage, and I will catch you guys again later. Ooh, this one is actually nice. That's like 101% for a vault. Let's go. I believe. Yes. I believe in good loot and good fortune. Let's go. Ready.